Processing the feed now. We're in. But I don't know for how long. You seeing this? Way too much security, even for Advent.
That's no ordinary gene therapy clinic. And we're telling the truth.
Or they're leading us into a trap. A really obvious trap. We'd need an army to march in there right now.
I've got a better idea. Outrider, this is Central. Go.
Upon us, mistakes are bound to happen.
It wasn't our fault. Please!
There's no need for any of this. I will do what you ask of me. I just need additional time. Did you say something? You're one of those? You must understand. I had no choice.
Outrider, report.
So, you do exist. Outrider to Avenger, I have visual confirmation.
Are you sure?
Reapers are always sure.
I'll take your word for it. Cover your tracks and get the hell out of there. They can't know we were here. Yet.
Understood. Now the real war begins.
Excitement continues to build as city centers across the globe prepare for the 20th anniversary of Unification Day.
Thousands line up at the site of the Great Accord, celebrating the formation of the Advent Coalition.
Keeping with their promise to humanity, 12 new gene therapy clinics will be opening in select cities by the end of the new year.
Despite the attempted attack by French elements, operations at the new facility in Paris thankfully remain unaffected.
In response to the unprovoked intrusion on the eve of our most beloved celebration, the speaker reaches out to us.
A small number of dissidents again repeat the mistakes of the old world.
Striking as we celebrate a benevolent savior who time and again offers only friendship and compassion.
Yet these trivial actions could never break the bond between humanity and the Elders.
Peacekeeping forces have already made several preemptive arrests of known collaborators. Advent again assures all citizens that today's celebrations will continue as planned.
Perfect.
The Advent administration reminds you to report all suspicious activity to your nearest peacekeeper. Only together can we build a better tomorrow.
Approaching position. You were right. They've definitely got their hands full today.
Stay focused. Prep gate crasher. 60 seconds.
Crusher. Your turn.
Establish their peaceful enclaves within the city centers. It's time we move in and show them the fight isn't over yet. We're deploying to hit a high-profile target, one that they won't be able to cover up so easily. Move to secure the target site and eliminate any hostile contacts in the area.
Is it just me, or does the speaker have an adorably punchable face? Like it's the kind of face that screams genetically engineered douche, please apply a fist here. Hello, hello, I am the internet's eternal phenomenon, the Mystic Deadman, and we're back with some XCOM 2. We're playing XCOM 2 War of the Chosen. War of the Chosen is an expansion pack that was released for XCOM 2 in, I want to say it was September, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've bought and downloaded the game. If you're just now joining the series, I had an episode up previously, and what happened was about halfway through we had some kind of audio issue. Turned out to be the microphone that I was using kept sputtering in and out with some kind of feedback. So we're off to do this again. Now, War of the Chosen, as I said, is an expansion pack. It adds a lot of... Hold on. War of the Chosen adds a lot of content to the base XCOM 2 game, to the point where when I went to go download this, War of the Chosen was 30 gigabytes. Put that in perspective, the base game for XCOM 2 was only 50. So it nearly 50% of the nearly 50% of the size of actually 60% of the size of the base game. That's how much stuff was added into this. We'll get onto all those little details as we roll along. One of the new things that they added were different starting missions. Like in the base XCOM 2 game, when you first fire up the campaign, if you don't do the opening tutorial, you would get a mission where you would blow up a huge Advent statue, which is fine and all. But now they've added a little bit of variety. So this is one of the new starting missions that we have, where we now blow up basically the stage where the speaker was just at. Let's see what we've got to start. Got Legion, got Leningrad, Copper, and Johnny D. Pretty good lineup to start off with. Now, just like with any base mission, we're starting off with regular soldiers. So we're not going to get too balls to the wall wild here. We're just going to stick with blue moves to start. Everybody's going to be pretty soft to whatever damage might fly our way. We'll just kind of set it up along here. Let's do a quick Overwatch. And really what I want to do is A, see where this pod goes, and B, see if there's another pod that comes into view. Because I'd rather not risk pissing off two pods and putting myself into a bad position in doing so. Okay. So, let's see where we go from here. Hopefully, the start of this campaign will run a little more smoothly than the start of my last one did. If you didn't see it, two of my soldiers, if I remember correctly, were injured fairly quickly. In this one of them even took a critical hit early on to start. So and then I was like, wow, really? We are playing this on veteran difficulty, and the reason we're taking this a step down from my vanilla XCOM 2 difficulty run is because with all the new mechanics and all the new gameplay features that War of the Chosen adds to the game begins to expect so much more out of you. And to try and maximize the entertainment as much as I can, I'd rather not slam my head into a wall 50 times playing Commander difficulty with all this new stuff going on. So what we're going to do, if I had to guess at where the next pod is, it'd probably be like somewhere around here. And then maybe one over here. I don't remember if Veteran starts you off with 2 or 3 pods to this mission. But since we see these guys right here, what I'm going to do is I have everyone set up for Overwatch. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Lemongrad throw a grenade on these guys. I can hit all 3 of them and get rid of this cover right here, which would keep them open for all of our Overwatch shots from everyone else. So, let's get this party started. Here, party popper, guys. Lemongrad could just wipe them all out. That's fine too. I forgot how much damage grenades do. It's 3 to 4 damage. I should have looked at that sooner. Okay. So that pod is wiped. And because we're exposed, we are going to stick to the slow and steady approach and hope we get lucky with the next pod placement. We're going to stick pretty close to this little starting lane that we have here. Like, we all started in this region, so I'm going to try and stay along this little line right here. That way, either we run into the other pod that may be over here, or if the other pod is on this side, they'll come to us. And if they do come to us, that'll be great, because they would end up wasting their turn, as opposed to us running into them, and then they attack us. Nothing yet, okay. Again, just taking it easy. Ah, there we go.
The Advent officers seem more capable than the grunts. We're not sure whether to chalk it up to training or stricter mind control. Menace 1-5, you're near the target position.
See, this is kind of what I was hoping to avoid, because now at the end of my turn, these guys are going to get a chance to move and to do things to us. But we're in a pretty decent position, all things considered, so it shouldn't be too bad. Let's see, who can Copper see? He can see both troopers. He cannot see the officer, though. If I move Johnny up here, he should be able to see all 3 of them, because Lemongrad can see them from a tile up. No. Oh, he can't see the other trooper around the stage. Okay, that makes sense. I kind of want to keep Legion where he's at right now, because this trooper, there's no way he's going to be able to get a good shot on either Copper or not Copper, Johnny. Oh yeah, that is Copper. He wouldn't be able to get a good shot on Copper or Legion from there. This officer could swing around here and take a shot at Lemongrad, so I may just move him and not have him act this turn. He's already gotten his kills. And then really Johnny's the one in the most... Johnny and Lemongrad are in the most imminent danger. So what I'm going to do is this. I can move Lemongrad here.
Heading to that location.
And that should protect him from flank shots from this trooper and this officer here. And then Johnny will move here, and that will protect him against flank shots, because that officer's not going to be able to get a good angle on him to get a flank shot. 46, Legion, can't see anybody. If I move Legion here, will he at least be able to see one of the officers? No, okay. Well, the soldiers are going to have to move to us to get their shots, so maybe we'll get lucky and one of them will move close enough. In the meantime, I think out of the two troopers, this guy is probably the biggest threat, so we'll take a shot at him. Nice. And then Gravity says, fuck the body. Okay, so far it's working out. And he wastes his second move on marking Lemongrad, so that actually works out very beautifully for us. Let's see. Now, Johnny. This guy's on Overwatch, so my question is, can I throw a grenade onto him? Oh, you bet your pretty little ass I can. Let's see. I kind of want to keep the stage intact because I want to blow things up. Like the way they're meant to be. The only problem is that if I throw the grenade, I'm probably going to break the screen. Which kind of sucks, but oh well. It's going to get blown up anyway. So I might as well just do it. That'll have the advantage. Oh no, it didn't. Okay. Oh, that trooper was carrying loot. That sucks. Oh well. Hey, Lemongrad. You up for another kill? I'd say going 4 kills is a pretty good day, wouldn't you? Granted, this probably isn't going to be it, and it's not even a flank shot, so we'll just have to get lucky with the damage number. Yeah, 4 is not too bad. We can definitely make things happen from here.
Orders confirmed. Moving out.
We can make these kinds of things happen from here. And then I think Veteran starts you off with 2 pods, so that should be it. Yeah, okay.
Area is secure. We're not picking up any inbound contacts. Scanners are clear. Menace 1-5, we have a limited window to act before Advent responds. We need to get those charges planted on the double.
Alright, so with that, because he didn't have the chance to actually fire his gun this mission, we'll go ahead and give Legion the honors of completing the mission. He won't get any XP out of it, but at least he'll contribute. Alright.
Rendezvous at the extraction point.
And that was as smooth as it gets, really. Fuck that stage! That's what I like to see. Flawless to start. So this is a fun little addition to the game. It does nothing for you, but it's nice to have. At the end of missions, you get the ability to create your own team posters. You can set your team up to various... Ooh, that's a good shot right there, actually. Nice shot of the objective. We'll bring it out here. So what you can do with these is you can place your team, your squad that makes it out of the mission anywhere, pretty much anywhere on the map. There's all kinds of different locations, and you can do all kinds of neat little things with them. You can change the way they're lined up, make a little formation, make the formations out of them. You could focus on one guy, or focus on another, or focus on 2. You have them just like group up and be all like E. I like the wedge formation for this one. Okay, so. What we're gonna do is this. So one of the great things is that you can change the poses that your soldiers have. So Legion. I think we ought to get a good look at the stage in the background. So yeah, we'll go with that for Legion, and then Lemongrad will bring you down. Yeah, you know what? That works. A nice little dynamic pose between the 2 of them. And then Copper and Johnny don't need to be having the same pose. So yeah, I like that one for Johnny. Hang on, let's reorient the camera a little bit. You can do all kinds of neat little tricks with the posters. There we go. Okay. We'll zoom out a little bit. There we go. And then from here you can change different things about the poster. You can change what the text says. You can change the font of it. I like that one. We'll go with that one. You can change the poster's layout. Give it all kinds of nice little visual effects. Let's see. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Just for now. Again, these really do nothing to enhance the gameplay or anything. It's just fun little ways to have the... Oh, okay. Fun little ways to add to the gameplay. That looks good. As an added little bonus, if you create your mission poster, you get to see it on the mission debriefing screen, which we'll see here in a second. That's a nice little quality of life addition that they added to the game. Now, depending on the outcome of your mission, you get these little voiceover lines that either build a tiny bit of lore to say that, like right there, they're increasing recruitment quotas. We don't want to tell you that because we don't want to tell you that it's because XCOM came in and wiped out half our guys in the last in this last engagement. We just want you to help. We just want you to help forward the cause.
On the aliens this time, Commander. They won't forget it.
Or if you perform poorly in the mission, one of the propaganda speakers or even the speaker himself will applaud the efforts of Advent and the unification of humans and the elders, or that kind of thing. All right, so let's see what kind of classes everyone gets.
Serves as our primary reconnaissance.
Really?
Capable of moving independently in concealment while engaging enemies at close range.
After three kills with one grenade, he gets Ranger. Really? Legion was the one that did all the dashing. Literally, seriously, he was the only one who ever dashed in the whole mission. You'd think Legion would get Ranger and Leningrad would get Grenadier. That's so weird. Whoops. Okay, so that's a total reversal of what I was expecting to happen. I accidentally hit the touchpad button and skipped over the class explanation, but basically the Grenadiers have grenade launchers for long-range engagements. Lets you do damage, splash damage on a nice little radius, and a minigun for close-range combat. I have no idea what the last two guys are going to get. And if I get Copper to dead zone, or if I get Copper if I can get kill zone on Copper, it'd be like he's got infinite Black Queens, his favorite card in the entire game. Okay, and for Johnny that just leaves the Specialist.
Operating some of our most advanced equipment, Specialists deploy robotic drones on the battlefield and can be outfitted for combat and field medic duty.
Nice to see that there's still little bugs and glitches that happen with the game. But alright. We can run with that. Maybe it'll get patched out at some point, I don't know.
Commander, each of our soldiers has a unique relationship with their squad mates. As they complete combat missions together, their compatibility will grow and can eventually develop into a lasting bond.
Commander, all of our soldiers develop relationships over time, but some will grow faster than others. Sending compatible soldiers on missions together will allow their friendships to develop into strong bonds with tactical benefits. So this is one of the new gameplay additions that they added to the game with War of the Chosen. Now your soldiers have the ability to become cohesive units with one another. When they do, you gain all kinds of different little perks that you can take advantage of on missions. So let's see, Leningrad, he's got pretty good cohesion with Legion. Will it show me anyone else? Yeah. Legion works well with Johnny. Is alright with Copper. Kind of has the worst cohesion with Lemongrad. Copper, of course, best with Legion. Pretty good with, wow, Lemongrad seems to be the black sheep here. Oh yeah. Wow. Way to make a guy feel welcome. Way to make a guy feel welcome, everyone. Just like, three of us are alright, but fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. That's very encouraging. Does so much for the morale.
Commander, having these two soldiers continue to work together has paid off. They know each other well enough at this point that we can have them train as a pair for additional tactical capabilities.
Commander, these soldiers have reached a new level of tactical compatibility and are eligible to be bonded. Level 1 bonds can be formed immediately, but all future bonds are attained by staffing bonded soldier pairs at the training center.
But I don't see anybody else stepping up other than the autopilot.
I get the feeling that you're the kind of guy that's like, no, you're not touching the steering wheel. I'm doing it. I bet nobody stepped up because nobody wants to try and take the controls from your hands. So anyway, if I wanted to, which I do, I can get Copper and Johnny D to start forming a bond, and we can start taking advantage of those abilities right away. So for at level 1, we get teamwork. We grant an additional action point to a bondmate. Has a single charge shared between bondmates. So basically, yeah, we'll go ahead and make a poster for these guys.
Media is a powerful tool. Just ask Advent's propaganda machine. I say it's time we turned it against them. By spreading the word of our soldiers' exploits in combat, we can bolster morale throughout the resistance.
So basically, all that means is that I can activate teamwork with one of these two, and the other person will gain an additional action for that turn. Okay, so first of all, I'm not a fan of this red color here, or at least not so much of it. Let's give a little contrast to it. Okay. Tint background, yeah, we're gonna tint it. Okay. Let's see, going through.
You know, I don't get a whole lot of call-ins these days, but if I did, something tells me if I were to poll our listeners, news of dead aliens would be high on the list of things they love to hear. So, with that in mind, it is my pleasure to inform you that the human resistance movement, led by the intrepid forces of XCOM, dealt another low blow today to the alien scum of Advent.
Because that's what we're known for. We're just fond of kicking Advent and the Elders right in the balls. Another nice little quality of life addition. We get new vocal lines as time goes on. So instead of just going by names, I want to come up with something that's a little more appropriate for these two guys, all things considered. We're just going to call these guys Vicious. Because I don't know how many of you have ever played either of these guys, but they make you question all kinds of things when you're playing them in Yomi. Alright, so we've got that all the way. Let's get a couple more cursory introductions out of the way.
To the research labs.
Impressive, isn't it? Capable of generating immense power, yet completely harmless to human life. If only the same could be said for the rest of the aliens' technology. Commander. Dr. Richard Tigan, Chief Science Officer. I am responsible for the entirety of our research here, as well as the procedure you so recently underwent. Welcome to my lab, such as it is. I'm not sure what Central may have told you, but we found something while removing you from the alien stasis suit. A device implanted directly in your occipital lobe. Had I access to the equipment available to me during my tenure at Advent, I would already know the precise nature of its function. However, given time and your approval, of course, Commander, I assure you, I will find out. Which brings to light an additional point. Though aspects of this facility are indeed impressive, I am but one man. Were you to direct additional support personnel and resources to me, I could substantially improve the speed of all our research. Farewell, Commander.
I am still not a fan of how it sounds like he's kicking us out right at the end of that. Anyway, let's go ahead and get our style of research going. I think the first thing I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to get probably... Oh, you know what? Here's something. Experimental weapons. We've recovered a number of weapons from the field that are deceptively archaic in design, but conceal uniquely powerful attributes that will require extensive study to understand. Now, this is an interesting beast. In the vanilla XCOM 2, there were 2 DLC packs that were released for the game. Alien Hunters and Shen's Last Gift. These experimental weapons come from the Alien Hunters DLC. When you first start War of the Chosen, you have the option to either roll in the previous DLC and let it integrate itself into the game in a way that's more balanced for War of the Chosen, or you can add it as standalone packs where instead of it being smoothly transitioned in, you get the 3 scanning sites that you would normally get for the game, and then you have the option to join in on those missions at your leisure. Now, the problem with having it as standalone DLC is that with all the things that go on in War of the Chosen, especially because this was the case in XCOM 2, you may not exactly have the time or the resources to go in and investigate everything. We might not get the full gameplay experience if I were to have it come in as standalone DLC. So what I opted to do this time was to roll it in, and create a smoother gameplay experience for us. That's where these experimental weapons come in. These were most useful in the Alien Hunters DLC because they added special different little perks to the weapons that you would normally carry to weapons that your soldiers could normally carry. You see there, you got a specialized bolt caster there on the right that fires gigantic spikes. It's basically a long-range pile driver, and then you have a specialized axe there on the end that your rangers could use in lieu of their normal swords. We're going to pass on that for now, though, because while these weapons are extremely good, I'm not fond of the 10-day research time that we have right now. If I can get a scientist or two to help Taigen with research, I'd probably go for that. But I think for the time being, I want to concentrate on survivability, so we're going to start with these hybrid materials.
We find that area of research to be among the more intriguing options available. We'll begin work immediately. I'll send word when a complete
report is available. Yes, we know.
Okay. Reworked your repulsors with some of the parts I salvaged from your old engine. Should fix that stabilization problem you had. Come on, Rover. It'll work. Commander! Getting our tech to talk to theirs is harder than you think. Lily Shen, Chief Engineer, at your service. You were probably expecting to see my father. In all that's happened, I'm guessing Central didn't tell you yet. He's gone. Dad gave everything he had to get us this far. This entire ship is his life's work. I know he would have loved to show you around the place himself. He used to talk about you a lot. You can be sure I'm ready to finish what he started. Might not look it, but from here, I can fabricate pretty much anything you come up with. And with a little more help, well, you'd be amazed with what I can do. It was an honor to finally meet you, Commander.
Alright, so welcome to engineering, where we can basically build everything that'll help us conquer the world again.
You'd be surprised how big of a difference some of these things can make in combat, Commander. With a few supplies, I can manufacture anything we need in no time.
And while I'm thinking about it, and the fact that we're already here, I'm going to go ahead and form myself a med kit. That way I can get Johnny on the combat medic path, or field medic path.
I keep running across notes scrawled in English and what looks like broken German. I should probably ask him.
Okay. So let's take a look at our base setup here. So we have that as an empty room. Power coil there, and a power coil there. And it's really not too bad of an arrangement, all things considered. It's really just 3 rooms away to my first exposed power coil. 5 rooms at most. 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. 5 rooms to get to that one. That's really not too bad, all things considered. Okay, so there's not really much we can do here because I don't have any engineers, so let's move on.
Commander, good to see you on your feet again. Welcome to the bridge, the nerve center of our operation. The aliens have our entire world in their grip. Advent controls everything. Government, communications, industry, not to mention the military. And it's on us to take it all back. Resources and time are tight, Commander. It'll be up to you to decide how to best use both. The ship is yours.
That's right, step aside, bitch. So let's see where we start. Oh god, we're in Asia to start.
We're attempting contact with a local resistance faction known as the Reapers. These people like to keep a very low profile, so it may take some time before we hear back. While we're waiting, it might be worthwhile to scan the area for additional supplies and resources. You never know what we may find out there. Commander, one of our resistance contacts just tipped us off to a site that may be worth investigating.
5 days for supplies, not too bad.
Avenger plotting new course.
The only thing I'm not fond with is the fact that we're starting off in Asia for this campaign. I would much rather have started, say...
The Avengers' remote scanning capabilities will help us search the area for clues or other resources. It's going to take some time, though. We've got a lot of ground to cover.
I would honestly much rather have started, say, Africa or North America or maybe even this Australian region here, because these areas only have 3 regions to them, so it's a lot easier to get your continental bonuses once you get your resistance radio and radio relays up and running. Go ahead and grab these supplies.
The outcome of this research can only further our advances, Commander.
Okay. With limited resources available to outfit our troops, up until now they've had to make do with whatever makeshift armor Shen managed to piece together for them from various scrap materials. Relying on methods that might otherwise seem outdated, we've developed a means of producing a multi-layered nanofiber weave capable of withstanding direct impacts as well as any traditional armor without the added weight. Our soldiers will still have to exercise caution. Even the nanofiber has its limits. It may be best suited to our forces who rely on agility over pure stopping power. In any case, I imagine our soldiers will be pleased to see any improvements over their current equipment. So basically the idea is that you may want to lean that more toward your rangers and your specialists and just let your grenadiers and your sharpshooters run with what they've got. So now we can buy nanoscale vests from Shin, and we can research plated armor. But we need alien analysts to do that, and I have none at all, so we'll have to wait on that. In the meantime, survivability is key, so we'll go with modular weapons.
That is an important task, Commander.
The more stuff I can do with my guns, the more stuff I can do with my guns, the happier I will be.